everybody, the greatest goblin that ever lived, Blugoblin, is here to deliver a comic book review for this week of August 2014. God, I've been doing this a long time. Been doing this since 2008. Doing this for 6 years now. Wow. Doing this a long time, but I'm keeping on going. Keeping on going. I got a pile of books here to review. Got some stuff from Marvel and from DC. I don't have any independents this week, so sorry about that. We're going to start with Marvel and end with DC. I'm going to start Marvel off with Kick-Ass 3, issue number 8, the grand finale. And of course, knowing Marvel, it's the grand finale, the last issue of Kick-Ass ever. Bullshit. So it's got to be $5.99. And I'm thinking to myself, you bastards, you did this on purpose. You knew a lot of fans were going to collect this, get on board with this, and have to get the whole set. So you took the lazy and lazy yet money hungry way out and charged way more than you should have for the last issue. Was this worth $6? No, but does that mean it was a bad book? No, this was a good book. However, I think it is horribly overpriced. $3.99? Sure. $4.99? Maybe. $5.99? No. This was a nice wrap-up to everything Kick-Ass and Hit Girl were associated with. I mean, this was your stock cliche action movie finale where all the heroes get into place. They think of everything. You know, they think of every contingency, you know, and everything like that. And boom, boom goes the bad guys. Literally. I mean, this to me, I've seen this in so many action movies, done so many times. I'm like, this was nothing new to me. And the only thing I really, truly, really liked, really liked about this issue was how things wrapped up after this whole gang war was over. After all the criminals were taken down, after all the crooked cops were taken down, the story progression, the epilogue of Kick-Ass, if you will, was done very nicely. Dave, you know, fittingly trades in his costume for yet a new costume. He's going to be a cop. He's settled in with a woman, with the woman he loves, and he has decided to become a police officer. Yeah, and Hit Girl is doing her own thing. She's continuing the job of Hit Girl, and the storyline and Kick-Ass itself ends with Hit Girl finding the next Kick-Ass. So the legend of Kick-Ass will live on. It's just that the original Kick-Ass is retired, and we are now going towards a new Kick-Ass. And I think it should stop right there. No more Kick-Ass books. Don't give us Kick-Ass 4 or the new Kick-Ass, or, you know, don't give us another Kick-Ass series. I mean, the first series was great. The second one, not as great. This one kind of dragged, and there were parts of it I hated. But this was a satisfying conclusion to the gang war. But like I said, I was more of a fan of how things wrapped up for Dave in his real life. You know, him and his friends, and with Mindy and everything. That was better to me than the blowing up and the gruesome fatalities that we saw in here. Overall, a good book, but I wouldn't recommend the price. I would only recommend this book if you just feel like you need to complete your Kick-Ass collection. If you don't feel like you need to complete the Kick-Ass collection, you're figuring I'll just waiting for the trades, then I would suggest waiting for the trades. Or just go to a buddy's house that has the books and just reading them there. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. It was a good run with some major flaws, but overall good. Alright, you see this? I'm giving him another chance. You're up. Hello, folks. I need to come clean. About the first time you guys saw me, there was something about me that you may have noticed. I couldn't keep my face out of my tablet, and I was too busy focusing on what's going on in social media rather than to review an issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. There's a reason for that. I'm actually a former agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and after being relieved of my duty for S.H.I.E.L.D., I was away from civilian life for so long, I have begun to forgotten how civilian life is supposed to be portrayed to you, the media, and I thought I was just doing what was hip and what was cool, and apparently I wasn't responding to that well, so I'm just going to come off as just myself. And what I'm going to do here is continue to review Ultimate Spider-Man for you people. I want to apologize if I seemed like a bit of a douche the first time you guys saw me. I was just trying to fit in, and apparently it didn't work, so I'm just going to shoot the shit, as you would say, and just be myself. And I'm here to talk about Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man, number 4. Brian Michael Bendis and Mr. Marquez, they do a fantastic job with this. They do such a fantastic job with this. I was pleasantly surprised by how good this was. Was this the strongest issue out of the series so far? Hell no. But it was good. It was really good. I liked it. It was good to see how Miles would stand. I mean, this was like Miles's, pardon the phrase, but ultimate test of being Spider-Man. What is Spider-Man most known for? What particular villain is Spider-Man most known for? And that is the Green Goblin. And in here, we get to see Miles go toe-to-toe, one-on-one with old Gobby himself, the Green Goblin. And I gotta tell you, this was really good. It wasn't as strong or impactful as far as the storytelling goes, or as far as the action goes, excuse me, the storytelling was good. The storytelling was with Kate Bishop and coming to terms of learning that she is dating the new Spider-Man and how much it could traumatize her, and the stuff that she discussed with someone in here about being involved with Spider-Man. It's just unbelievably good. The action in here was good. I was expecting a little more, but what we got was good, and I liked it. It was good. It was well paced and well delivered. And I guess the cover kind of spoils it. Mr. Old School Spider-Man decides to step up and help Miles in a little handicap match against the Green Goblin, and things go a little well. I liked it. It was good. They worked well off each other, even though I'm kind of convinced this is not the real Peter Parker. I'm convinced this is a damn clone. And if Marvel comes down later on the line saying, oh, the Peter Parker that died was a clone and this is the real Peter Parker, I'm like, fuck y'all. That's not the right way to go. The right way to go is to go ahead and admit that this is a clone. It's not the real Peter. The real Peter died a long time ago. This is the Ultimate Universe. You can go with that and run with it. I think it'd be a good idea. It'd be a better idea than going the cop-out way. But after they deal with the Green Goblin, something goes on, and in the last page, it's an emotional cliffhanger. A certain someone makes a realization that, and asks themselves, is that Peter? Is that not Peter? So to speak. I'm trying not to ruin everything, but this was a solid read, very well put together. Not perfect, but I give it a 4. I give it a 4 out of 5, so there you go. That's me shooting the shit. That's me being myself. I'm not trying to be stuck into technology or social media or all that crap. I'm just going to do it as myself. And if you like it, great. If you don't, oh well. But all in all, fantastic read. I really loved it. I think you should read it too. Thank you very much. Not too shabby. I had no idea he was a former agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know why he would share that information, and glad to see that he's not truly addicted to social media. I can understand, people trying to fit in with the times and be hip and everything. You don't want to be out of touch. I get that. But nice review, and you kind of not to offend the way you talk, man, but you kind of got a Nick Cage-ish vibe to your voice. That is, if Nick Cage was slapped with a shovel. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. But yeah, overall, this was a solid book, and I too do recommend it. All right, we're going on to New Warriors, number 8. Oh wow, Chris Yost and Marcus too. They work so well on this series. I'm not gonna lie. I only got into this series in the beginning because I wanted to follow Scarlet Spider and Mockingbird. Excuse me. That's the only real reason why I started it. But now I'm getting more into it. I'm getting more into this Inhuman storyline. I'm getting more into the other characters and everything. Hell, even Kid Nova is starting to slightly grow on me. You know, Sun Girl is awesome. Justice is there. Speedball. There's a lot of baggage with Speedball. I don't think I even need to cover all of it. I mean, just this team just clicks very well towards that, you know, forced teamwork through animosity and aspect. I think it's really well written and well done. You know, there's a scene where Speedball's asking Kane, you know, it's like, hey, that girl Mockingbird, you think she'd be into me? And they're in the middle of a fight, and he's like, are you really doing this right now? He's like, yeah. It's just good. I mean, the whole storyline wraps up in Hai-Chi. This guy right here, we see him do some awesome shit in here, and he's given the ultimatum: either be with the humans or be with the Inhumans, where you belong. He chooses his friends. Duh. Not much of a spoiler there. That's kind of a given. Of course he's going to pick the people who support him rather than the people who are bullying him. Yeah, and I just like the little winks and nods to his backstory, the little flashbacks to what happened to him when he first became an Inhuman, when his Inhuman powers were awakened. Very fitting. Nothing original, but very entertaining. Very good read. I enjoyed that. And I love the fact that after the fight was won, this issue ended on a laugh involving Kid Nova. The ending made me laugh. That was good. I'm still laughing thinking about it. This was a fun issue. This was good, fun. This series is continuing to more and more to grow on me. Just a fun read. I loved it. It was good, and I love the fact that it ended on a joke. But I'm not going to ruin what it was. I thought it was good. So I don't know. I forgot. I give Kick-Ass 3 issue 8. I give that a 3, and I'm sure my Ultimate counterpart gave a score to Ultimate Spider-Man. But for this, I give this a 3.5. It was fun. Not meant to be perfect, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I especially loved the ending. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I got this, but, you know, I got this out of sheer morbid curiosity. One more time, The Superior Spider-Man, number 32. A $5 book. I'm serious. I questioned myself, why did I buy this book? It's the whole Edge of Spider-Verse beginning. This is the beginning of the Edge of the Spider-Verse thing, and I gotta say, I was honestly surprised on how good this was. You know, Dan Slott does the plot, but the writing is done by Christos Gage with artwork from Giuseppe Camuncoli. All in all, this was really solid. I don't know why they felt they needed to start the Spider-Verse storyline with Superior Spidey, but there are still Superior Spider-Man fans out there. Trust me, I know. But when the Superior Spider-Man series ended with 31, I was like getting burnt out on it. I'm like, oh my God, enough with this villain Spider-Man. However, we see the beginnings of what's going to go on with this whole Spider-Verse thing Apparently there's this demonic killer going around killing Spider-Mans. And there are already casualties in the storyline. Spoiler alert. Okay? I'm going to give this away because I kind of feel like I have to explain how serious this is. He's not only getting Spider-Mans from alternate dimensions, he's getting them from like alternate timelines and alternate realities and stuff like that. This killer has already killed Spider-Man as when he was part of the Fantastic Five from way back from the first issue of What If. The first issue of What If. What if a Spider-Man had joined the Fantastic Four? They became the Fantastic Five. That Spider-Man has been killed. An alternate reality. An alternate, you know, it's a what if reality. The House of M Spider-Man has been killed. The Iron Spider from Civil War has been killed. The Armored Spider-Man, most famously known from Web of Spider-Man 100, he was killed. And a Spider-Man from, I guess he's kind of like, oh God, I don't want to use, because I don't want to even sound like a racist, but Arabian or Indian alternate Spider-Man was about to be killed, and Superior comes in and saves him. He says it's like this guy is targeting spiders, and we need to track him down. And he says, thanks for letting me be the first. And he said, who said you were the first? And then we get to the last page of the story, and we see all different kinds of Spider-Mans that were brought in. And after that story, we're getting told on how another particular version, an alternate reality version of Spider-Man, was how he was recruited. And it's the Spider-Man from the What If Spider-Man vs. Wolverine one-shot, to where Wolverine trained Spider-Man, and Spider-Man ended up becoming an anti-hero, kind of like the Punisher. Yeah, and I was like, he was recruited, and I like how it was done. This was an actually nice setup to this whole Spider-Verse story. It wasn't perfect, because I'm sick and tired of Otto Parker, if you will. But the one thing that's interesting me, that has the most interest to me, is the whole Gwen Stacy spider power. The spider-powered Gwen Stacy. That, to me, I'm really interested in that particular aspect. I'm really interested in that. But overall, this was a fun read. I liked how it sets everything up. Like I said, it wasn't perfect, but, you know, to each their own. It is what it is. I give it a 3.5. Alright, we're ending Marvel with X-Men number 17. Brian Wood. Oh man, this was a nice conclusion to the whole Bloodline storyline involving the future here. Oh man, this cover is kinda half right. But wow, what a conclusion. There were so many things that happened in here that I don't want to go into details. I don't want to ruin everything. But one thing I will say is that Storm does something in here that kind of looks a little reckless to me. Because there's something that she does in here, especially with her powers, and I'm thinking to myself, Aurora, what the hell are you doing? You know, and her daughter from the future, Chimera, brings the little baby Shogo into the battlefield because she has a plan on how to use the baby to get through to the future. And what she does with the baby, wow, nice thinking, considering the whole Bloodline shtick and everything. But I loved what Jubilee did in here and how she got free. I just loved it. The future's going, no, no, no. Jubilee's eyes turn red and her fangs grow, and she's like, oh, hell yeah. And I just love that. And I don't want to say anything else because this was wrapped up beautifully. Like I said, there were some character flaws in here, but overall, nicely done. Didn't know what to think about the ending with Chimera. Is she going away is she going away for good? I don't think so. I see her coming back sometime later on down the line. But the Bloodline story was wrapped up nicely. Like I said, it wasn't perfect. There were some flaws in here that just made me go, whoa, what are you thinking? But overall, nicely delivered. It is what it is. 3.5. Alright, we're moving on to the DC stuff. Starting off DC with Batman 66 meets the Green Hornet. Number 3 of 6. Kevin Smith. Oh my god. You know, as good as, like I'm saying this again, Kevin Smith knows how to write this stuff. I honestly was reading this and I was hearing the voices. I was hearing these voices. I was hearing Adam West. I was hearing Burt Ward. I was hearing Bruce Lee. I was hearing everybody. I didn't know what kind of a voice to give General Gum or Colonel Gum. But, I mean, everything you would come to expect from a crossover like this, based on 2 TV shows from the mid to late 60s. I mean, everything in here just worked. All the silliness, all the seriousness, all the moments that just made you go, how does that logically make sense? How's that supposed to logically make sense when it clearly doesn't? You know, all the stuff that these two versions of these characters are well known for. This was awesome. This was really good, really well handled. I love the fact that, you know, that both Batman and the Green Hornet are willing to put aside their personal animosity towards each other to work against a common foe. Like I said, this is nothing original, but Kevin Smith nailed it, and he did a great job on writing this story out. I'm really interested on where this story is going, considering what we saw in the cliffhanger. Jesus, this was good. I'm not going to give too much away. All I'm going to say is, this was great. A nice homage to these 2 classic television icons. These 2 iterations of these characters. Just phenomenally well done. There were a couple of moments in here I was like, eh, but all in all, just fucking awesome. I loved it. Ooh, it was good. Hell, you know what? Considering all the rest of the stuff I have in here, this could come damn close to being pick of the week. But I give it a 4. This was good. This was damn good. Moving on to Detective Comics number 34. This was the conclusion to the Icarus story. All I will say is the story wrapped up nicely. You know, Batman and Bullock still working on that animosity, that love-hate relationship. They love what well, it's not really love-hate, it's like respect-hate. They hate each other, but they respect what each other do. Batman respects Bullock, but I don't know if necessarily if Bullock truly respects Batman or not. I know that he hates him. But there's like all kinds of shit going on in here. You know, it's still very personal to Harvey and to Batman, because the, you know, Elena Aguila, she's the one that was killed, and it was a close personal friend of Bruce, and it dragged Bruce's name in the mud with the whole Icarus thing. Everything was wrapped up really well. We get a parenting lesson from Batman, of all people, concerning how you're supposed to be a father and everything. Not to disrespect his parenting skills. Robin's dead. But the fact is, it was, you know, it wrapped up the way I think it needed to wrap up, and there's a moment in here where Batman is kind of in deep shit, especially, you know, after what happened with the whole Icarus, you know, war and everything. But who comes to help him but none other than Detective Bullock. Nicely wrapped up, nicely well put together. The conversation between Bruce and Elena's daughter Annie was kind of on the cold side, but you know, honestly, I can understand her anger towards Gotham and towards everybody in Gotham. I can understand that. But the last page, Harvey sees something, and I'm thinking to myself, ooh. But of course, the next issue is going to tie into Future's End. Apparently, a lot of the DC books are going to tie into Future's End here. And I'm thinking to myself, why? I don't care about Future's End anymore. Future's End just irritated the living shit out of me. It's another one of the... Future's End turned into one of those stories where DC deliberately made a lot of their heroes completely unlikable, and the whole story is just so fucking depressing. It was it wasn't a hard decision at all to just stop reading that shit, and now we're going to start getting tie-ins to it, and I'm like, oh boy, I can't fucking wait. However, this was wrapped up nicely for what it was. I give this a 3.5. Whoa. This is my pick of the week. Just barely. I mean, just barely. But you know who's going to review this. Now you're up. Oh yeah. It's time, baby. Time to talk about Earth 2. This is Earth 2, number 26. Oh man. This shit was good. This was good. Tom Taylor, Nicola Scott, Travis Scott, y'all did a great job with this. Really, really good stuff. This cover sucks, but this was a solid read. This is the conclusion of the Kryptonian. Fuck. The Kryptonian storyline, in which the new Superman goes head to head with old Clarky boy. But here's the catch. Is it really Clark? Ooh. I just love doing that. Ooh. But this was nice. The World Army is regrouping. My boy, Alan Scott, Green Lantern, is literally holding the world with his hands to keep it from getting sucked into the boom tube. Meanwhile, Bedlam has still got control over Mr. Terrific and all the other heroes that he's gotten hold of. And oh shit, Aquaman is called in to do something about it. While Superman, the new Superman, is dealing with the old Superman. Whew. You know, I likes the fact that the new Superman is not willing to stoop to the level of what Clarky boy has become. He's like, I don't want to fight you, but I also know I'll need to stop you from hurting my friends. You know, I likes that. I likes that. And I loved how Aquaman dealt with Bedlam. You know, he's doing semi-monologuing everything, and all of a sudden, and everybody's like, what did you do to him? And Aquaman says, I controlled the water in his body and gave him a stroke. I'm like, ooh, would you want to fuck with a woman who could do that to you? Yeesh. Anyway, long story short, the day is saved for now. But what they did with old Clarky boy, whoa, DC, that's balls. That's balls. Ooh, Clark, yous ain't looking so good. Oh. But I liked the last shot of all the heroes standing tall together, kind of old school, but I liked it. It was good. But is Bedlam really gone? No. He's got another couple of aces up his sleeve, and I saw what those two aces were. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Really looking forward to how you're using those two aces. This was good. This was really good. Not the strongest issue out of the series, no, but still a damn good read. Well worth your money. Well worth your time. This was good. Well worth an easy $3 out of your pocket. That's just me. Maybe y'all loved it. Maybe y'all hated it. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Do what you do. You do you and I'll do me. That sounded wrong, but this was good. I gives it a 4. Great shit. Back to you, asshole. Nice words. But yeah, like I said, I've decided to make this my pick of the week. But like I said, just barely. I mean, just barely. I give this a 4. But oh man, just wow. Moving on to Green Lantern number 34. This is going to close out the review here. Oh boy. Venditti and Billy Tan. I didn't really know what to think about this. This issue was kind of there. I like the fact that the Green Lantern Corps is, you know, busy cleaning themselves off and everything after the whole uprising thing. But I just find it kind of weird that none of the Green Lanterns are getting any alerts on what's going on in Space Sector 2814, aka where Earth is, and what's going on with the whole Red Lanterns shit and everything. I'm kind of surprised nobody's getting any alerts as to what's going on there. You know, Hal has a good brother-to-brother talk with his little brother about, you know, how he should use his ring and anything. He's like, you know, him using the ring, draining the reservoir of light energy away. It's like, it's what people do on Earth. We eat, we sleep, we drink, we use energy. We do this, we do this. We're taking stuff away from the Earth, but we know why we do it. We do it to survive. He said, don't worry about what people tell you on how to use your ring, or how to use your weapons, or how to do your job. Worry about doing it the way you feel like you should. That I liked. The rest of the stuff was just... And then the ending happened. I was not too thrilled with the whole boom tube thing happening at the end. Like, we really need another one of those happening. This issue to me was just a little above average, because I really liked Hal's conversation with his brother, and I liked that, you know, Saint Walker's starting to look happy again and everything. But there was a lot of flaws in here too. Like, why is nobody asking about what's going on Earth? Especially Simon. I mean, Simon is the one Green Lantern that's allowed to go back to Earth. How come nobody's letting him know, hey Simon, something's going on here on Earth? Why is none of the Justice League or none of the JLA informing him, hey, shit's going down, we need you back down here now? You know, nothing. We get nothing. And then the cliffhanger with the boom tube thing that was just there, I'm like, I just wasn't really feeling this issue. I give this... I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments section. I probably am. Probably won't. I don't know. But all I'm going to say is, this was average, at best, 2.5. That's just me. But, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Go check out my Blugoblin X channel. Hope y'all like what you see over there. Follow me on Twitter at Blugoblin01, or you can go to Tumblr, blugoblin.tumblr.com. Look for me on Pinterest. I am thinking of stuff to do for my next Q&A. I will let you know when I do that. Don't forget my bro, my student, TheMtVernonKid. Don't forget Deadpoolzilla, Brandon Hex, my old buddies. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Now I'm going to bed.